Hello, Bolt fam. Welcome. We're back with another episode to talk about the Chargers. And guess what? We're not talking about just the Chargers. We're talking about the Chargers and which anime character they compare to. Specifically, Dragon Ball Z character they compare to. So, I've got the Chargers on my front, LT on my back. Talk Chargers, baby. So first off, we're going to talk about Tom Telesco. Tom Telesco is, well, let's be honest, our GM. And as a GM, you kind of have to manage, teach, and move a lot of different parts behind the scenes without telling anybody exactly what your plans are. And so, with that being said, there's only one person that could possibly be. That is Whis. Why? Well, he's the one person who's been there longer than 3 years, aside from ownership. And, well, he has the job of managing literally a 53-man roster plus, well, all the coaching staff, all the moving parts that go along with it, and all the moving parts that go along with that. So there's only literally one person who simultaneously watches over the entire universe of the Chargers, and that is Whis. I mean, Tom Telesco. I mean, you know what I mean, right?
See, now what we have here is a failure to communicate.
So, with that being said, we move on to Brandon Staley. The man, the myth, and legend himself. Who knew that this man existed? He came in literally out of nowhere, and just like in the manga, he can only be one person. The god of destruction himself. That is Lord Beerus. He said, fourth down? Analytically, it's a better idea to just go for it.
Big one, take us behind those rocks.
Moving behind the rocks.
Keep going. You're good. You're good. You're good. And stop. Don't worry, Captain. We'll buff out those scratches.
So on 4th and 1, he says, hey, Herbs, go for it. That sounds like a destructive behavior to me, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I personally love it. And I personally love the character of Lord Beerus. He's incredible. Anyway, beside the fact, well, he's the guy that has to teach, well, everybody. He's the coach. He's the guy that says whether or not you're doing a good job. And, well, that's exactly what Lord Beerus does, except for in his case, he would just destroy planets / people / half a planet. Anyway, he can be petty, but that's definitely not the behavior that our coach has. So, enough of that rambling. Moving on. Next up, we have Khalid Mack. And Khalid Mack is the newcomer. However, we know enough about his personality to say that, accurately speaking, there's only one character he can be. He doesn't say a whole lot. He lets his play do the talking, and in the same case, well, Piccolo does the same. Piccolo is, well, he's the guy that doesn't say a lot. He's huge, 7 feet tall. In Khalid Mack's case, he's huge and not quite 7 feet tall. But at the same time, he can heal, regenerate himself. And in Khalid Mack's case, he came to us to heal, regenerate, and be a whole new him. So he may not merge with Kami, but he's the closest thing we've got to Piccolo. So Sebastian Joseph Day. Sebastian Joseph Day was hard because there's not a lot known about his personality as far as I'm concerned. But from what I can tell is he smiles a lot, and he's a very large human being. So that could only be one person. Majin Buu. Not just any Majin Buu, Fat Buu. No offense, I'm not calling him fat. The point is, if you run the ball, it's like you took candy from, well, him. Every yard you gain is just like every piece of candy you've taken from Majin Buu. The angrier he gets. And being that he's a lineman, he's the only character that actually is similar in size as far as... Never mind. Anyway, moving on. We have Mike Williams. Mike Williams was tough because he could be either one of these versions. It's a toss-up for me. Mike Williams is an amazing player. He does things that are just, well, amazing. You can't explain it. He makes all these one-handed catches that are just out of this world. So, with that being said, he just got his bag, so I'm going with Ultimate Gohan. The ultimate version of him is now about to be seen. He's just entering his prime as an athlete. 26 years old. He got a bag. He's got everything he needs to succeed. He's got a quarterback that can utilize his talents to the utmost. And well, he came back from Otherworld, from Grand Kai's planet or whatever. And well, look at him now. he's about to have a 10 touchdown season, over 1,000 yards, and be voted to the Pro Bowl in his ultimate form. And this is just the beginning for Mike Williams. So, next up we have Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa was a little bit tougher to choose because the character I chose for him could just as likely been, the previous character. The reason is because Joey Bosa, he has all the potential and power in the world to be just as ultimate as Gohan. But with that being said, I'm going to go with Team Gohan Super Saiyan 2 because he's just a much more intense version, I think. Once you set him off, it's like telling Joey Bosa he was tired. If you remember that video, comment down below. But let me know if you were to switch these characters, please tell me, because I could be wrong, I could be completely wrong, I could be completely right. Only you can tell me, right? Next, moving on, is Austin Ekeler. Austin Ekeler is so much power in a very small package. It's incredible that this 5'8", 5'9" dude is literally trucking linebackers and DBs and making them look silly in the open field at the same time at this size, giving me all the more incentive to think that I got this one spot on with Kid Buu. Kid Buu was the ultimate powerhouse. He was unstoppable. It took multiple efforts just to bring him down, and I feel like that's the same thing for Austin Ekeler. You can't just bring him down willy-nilly with one arm. His center of gravity is too low, and well, he hits back. He is a Mack truck, but a 5'9" version of one. You know what I'm saying? Austin Ekeler is comparable because, well, an unstoppable force, both of them are. A lot of power in a small package, both of them are. And, well, completely badass, well, both of them are. I don't know. If you ask me, I think I got that one spot on. But next up, this one I also think I got spot on because this one feels a little bit more like, I have Darwin James as Vegeta, but this one could also be a toss-up because, as Brandon Staley said, if you're going to build around a quarterback on offense, why not build around a quarterback on defense? And Darwin James is just that for us, and that could just as likely be just as important. I mean, Ray Lewis was the most important player on their defense when they won the Super Bowl in 2001, wasn't it? Or on their entire team in 2001, wasn't it? He got MVP of the game. So you tell me. Point being, I think just the ultimate, as far as badassness, it has to be on the defender. And Vegeta is the epitome of badass. Badassery? I don't know. Either way, he's the epitome of that, whatever you want to call it, in Dragon Ball Z. And Darwin James is the epitome of that for our defense. He sets the tone. Vegeta definitely does that. Ultimate badass, Vegeta definitely is that. Mother...
How dare you! That's my...
Don't hold back.
A few moments later.
He's just mad because I'm talking about Vegeta. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by a murderer. By a man with murderous intent. Vegeta is the equivalent of Darwin James for us in the DBZ universe and on the Chargers defense, well, team in a whole. So, with that being said, we move on to the man, the myth, the legend. There can only be one Goku, and that is our quarterback, Justin Herbert. Why? Come on. Ask the content team. They'd probably say the same thing. Got the long, flowing, goldish locks. He's an ultimate powerhouse. He's everything you want in a quarterback, just as Goku is everything you want in a fighter, right? He's got the ultra instinct and all that kind of stuff. Who's to say Justin Herbert doesn't have that? He was one of the best quarterbacks on third down, hell, let alone fourth down. He's clutch. He makes great plays. The only thing that let him down was the defense, and well, I think everything's going to change this year. Justin Herbert might not have a 5,000-yard throwing season, but it's going to be a lot more consistent. Definitely going to be a Pro Bowl season. Definitely going to be a playoff season. So any of you guys that say otherwise in the AFC West or in the NFL otherwise, I'm talking about you, Nick Wright. Let's see what you say in January, huh? I'm afrosmurph. And Bolt fam, if this is the kind of content you like, please let me know. Let me know if this was valuable to you, if this helped your day. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
ありがとな。